What is good, guys? It's your boy Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where we feature stories from today's rising artists.
Yes, sir.
If you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified when we drop new episodes.
Let's go.
Guys, we're going to jump right in. Our guest today is a Filipino American recording artist hailing from San Jose, California, but currently residing here in LA. He's known for his silky smooth voice and unique style of rapping and singing. His music has been shared internationally over mainstream, online, and satellite radio. Guys, please welcome our guest, Russ Coson.
Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Bay Area in the house.
Hey, Russ in the house. What's good, bro?
What's good,
Appreciate
brother?
you coming on.
Hey, hell yeah. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Of course,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
No, definitely had to get you on. You know, like the way we linked up was it was kind of weird because it was so quick.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so this is how we originally linked up, guys. Is I had found out about the Long Beach Filipino Festival, saw some of the artists that were performing there, and I saw Russ on there. I was like, yo, this guy got some like fire, you know. So I ended up hitting him up, and I was like, bro, I'm about to be there. Like it was literally the day before.
Actually, yeah. I remember that. When was that? May? Was that in May?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That's like
I think early May.
months ago or something like that.
Either early May, and then got booked for the Long Beach Festival, Filipino Festival.
Yeah.
And then you hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah, I hit
There
you up
go.
literally the day before.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
bro, I'm about to be there tomorrow. Like, let's link up. And you know, pretty much from there, we linked up, talked. I was like, bro, we need to get you on the fucking Artistry Drop.
Fire.
And here he is now.
Here he
Here we
is.
are.
Here
Here we
we
are.
are now.
Just met John today.
Just met
Yes,
John
sir.
today, though,
Yeah.
you know. So, all right, guys, before we get into Russ's story, we got to get into the drink of the day.
All right, so the drink of the day is the smoky spicy margarita. So this margarita, I chopped up some jalapenos, muddled them, and then I threw some agave nectar, and then I topped it off with some smoky reposado tequila, and then I put some orange curacao to kind of balance out the flavors, and then topped it off with some tahini around the rim, and then put some mint and lime wedges, and there is the smoky spicy margarita.
Hey, let's
It's
go.
pretty damn good.
Yeah,
let's go.
that shit looks
Damn.
good.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
All right, cheers.
to a good podcast.
Good podcast.
Let's go.
To the podcast. Damn.
Smoky spicy.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
10 out
Hey,
of
let's
10.
go.
Damn. All right, guys, we're going to get right into it. So, you know, like I mentioned, the first time we linked up was at the Long Beach Filipino Festival, where I got to see you perform on stage. And, bro, you fucking killed it.
Hey,
you know,
my guy.
For real. The presence, the hyping people up on stage. You know how to give a show. What is it about live performances that you love most?
You know, I think what I love most about live performances is showing people my personality, I guess. You know what I mean? Like through the internet, you can't really, for me at least, it's hard to show who you really are, you know, like your vibe, your aura,
Yeah.
Facts.
through short form content, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
for me, it's really hard to go on camera, bro. Like, I don't know if it's just, if you guys don't seem to have a problem, but for me, like as an artist,
Yeah.
I'm like, I got a shy side to me too, bro. So I'm like, in person, I can meet you. It's
Yeah,
it's
this
cool.
guy
It's
ain't,
easy.
ain't shy for sure, guys.
In person, it's easy.
Get a few
I know.
shots in him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
Like in person, it's hella easy for me, but
Yeah.
online, I be stuttering and shit. If I try to do a drop, I'm like, I gotta do like fucking 5 takes.
Hey, it's all
I'm
good,
like,
you know.
"Fuck."
Yeah, you got to do it because I think also, you know, like when you got a big following, it's also you're talking to like thousands of people. It's
Yeah.
not like when we're here together, it's just one or two of us.
Yeah.
When you're online, you're pretty much talking to thousands of people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's another reason why it's like all of us in general, like we are trying to perfect our craft and make us look good online. And
Yeah.
obviously, you don't want to look like too stupid. I know there's been people out there that have probably posted something stupid when they're fucked up, and
Yeah.
then they're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, like, you know, obviously because you got thousands of people watching you, you know.
Yeah.
But I definitely get what you're saying, and
But yeah, we're like our worst critiques too, because
that's
like
facts.
you know, sometimes when we record ourselves, we're like overthinking of like
Yeah.
how we speak, how we move, our body language. So one mistake is like, okay, I got to do it again.
Yeah.
I got to do it again. You know, I used to be part of like a talent agency, and I'm an introverted person, so recording myself, I had to do like 20, 30 takes
feel you,
just to
man.
like, you know, get that one good solid one, and then you know,
Yeah.
it's something you build like over time for
Yeah.
sure. But like, yeah, we're our worst critics for sure.
And I think
Yeah.
going back to like live performances, I think like what you were talking about, like when it's live and in person, it's do or die. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right.
there aren't any
already on
retakes.
there.
There are no
There's no
retakes.
retakes,
So
yeah.
you gotta fucking put on your best fucking show, dog.
Yeah.
So like, definitely my favorite thing about live performances is the do or die aspect.
Yeah.
Like I gotta fucking turn that shit on,
Yeah.
right? I can
That's
cuss,
facts.
right? My
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta turn that shit on.
Yeah.
My girl says it all the time, bro. Like she says, like when it's showtime, I just
You
switch.
got that
I
switch.
I
You got
just
that.
switch it
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And lately I've been performing sober. So I don't drink, and because I used to when I was younger, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like in my early 20s, mid 20s. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but
He said mid-20s. Damn, ancient.
Hey,
He's a grandpa too.
Yeah,
guys.
he's
know,
a grandpa
man.
too, guys. We ain't gonna put the age out
yeah,
there.
yeah, just guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm Asian, so you gotta we don't
Asian
raise
don't
it,
raise
man.
it.
We don't raise it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
But shit, what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
Bro, you're talking about turning on the switch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
turn on
yeah.
the switch, man. So yeah, my girl was saying like I got to turn on. I always turn on the switch when it's time to go, and yeah, I fucking lost it.
When you were talking about not drinking and going
Oh,
on
not
stage,
drinking,
like, how does that feel? Like being sober on
Anyways, yeah.
stage.
So not drinking. Yeah,
You drinking
we're
right
not
now?
performing right now.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, when I was in my younger days, I would get fucked up, and
Right,
so
right.
I thought I'd be like, oh man, we killed that shit. We killed that shit.
Right, right.
And then we look back at the video, we're like, bro, I fucking sound terrible.
Yeah.
dog."
Yeah.
So
Because
now-
alcohol, it fucks up your throat too.
and you're just so confident,
Yeah.
overconfident. You're like, oh, I fucking killed it. So stage presence,
Yeah.
you probably looked hella good.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you go back and listen to the audio tapes,
Yeah.
it sounds like fucking
What were you
shit.
drinking? Like, were you
Bro, we
just
used to get-
downing shots?
Yeah, Hennessy.
Yeah.
We used to be in the clubs, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like popping bottles, and then they're like, oh, Russ Coson trying to, it's your turn to perform. I'll be out there.
Put it back.
Yeah, bro, going dumb.
Yeah,
fucking
go
sounded
dumb.
like shit, bro. Like,
You lose control, yeah.
but it looked cool. Like in the
Yeah.
pictures, like, damn, that shit was lit. But
Yeah.
then I just wanted to perfect my craft.
Right.
And so now that I'm getting older, I'm like, man, and I'm going on stage with like real ass singers. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like these motherfuckers are like real vocalists, and they're
Bro,
not.
you a real vocalist.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, no, for sure. But I'm talking about like they got fucking pipes though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel you.
singing,
Yeah.
like American Idol fucking singing.
Right.
And so I hate that like imposter syndrome feeling of
Yeah.
like, oh, and comparison. I fucking
Right,
hate
right.
that shit.
Like, well, you know, now that you talk about that, like, have you ever had a bad performance, like being fucked up and all that?
You know, like going back to that do or die shit on stage, like there are times where I wish that like I did better, but at the same time, I'm like I gave it my all at the time, so I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
That's fire.
It was fun, you know, and it's always a learning experience. You know?
Right.
And that's why I do it sober now,
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
like, you know, I want to be.
That's the way to go.
I want to be there.
Right.
I want to be present. I want to be
Yeah.
there, and
Right.
that way I don't feel like, oh man, I should have done this, should have
Yeah,
done
yeah,
that. If
Right,
I'm
right.
clear-headed and I'm sober and I'm doing it, then I'm like, I gave it my all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Right,
And
right.
you know, like I said, you're at least, you know, like the alcohol and all that shit isn't controlling you. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
have everything under control, and yeah, like I said, even for me, I don't think I would do good. Like already, I fucking suck when I play video games drunk and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like
During COVID, we used to play chess.
Yeah, oh,
And,
I
like,
love
hella
chess,
drunk.
bro. I
Bro,
love
Yeah,
chess.
bro, he would lose every
I lose
time.
every
the more
time.
he drinks,
man.
Yeah, the more I drink, I fucking suck, bro. Like, oh my god. See, that's why I'm saying, like, if I was in your shoes and I was drinking I would not be able to do it.
The good thing about like what I do miss about like drinking and then performing is
Yeah.
I'm fucking fearless, bro. But the
I-
fucking
I
thing
know what you
now,
mean.
dog. Oh my god, the one thing that kills me before going on stage sober is right before they call me, dog. Oh, like 5 minutes before they're like, "Hey, Russ, you're up next," and I'm just on the sideline, just fucking.
You get
like,
nervous?
Oh
Anxiety?
my god,
Yeah,
bro!
kinda
Like
thing.
all
You
the
get anxious?
all the acid in my stomach.
It's
From
that
being
acid reflux,
nervous,
Yeah, yeah.
butterflies, bro.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
It's
it's
that
the
acid
worst
reflux.
fucking feeling in the world, bro.
Yeah.
Like I never experienced it because I was always
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. But now I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
and then I'll do it, and I'm like, fuck, it's cool. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, my stomach would hella hurt,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Bro, but I couldn't even tell when you performed at the.
I was hiding it well.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, no,
So
like I
you
said-
drank that time?
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Okay,
I
okay.
was sober. I
Yeah,
was
no,
sober.
like I said, this guy fucking killed it. Like, if you
Yeah.
ever get a chance to, see my boy Russ in concert. Hey, I did see you are gonna be performing next weekend.
I got a big show.
You got a big ass show. That's a fucking big ass show.
Bro.
The Garden Amp.
I'm
That's
fucking nervous,
bro.
dog.
That's a big one. That's like literally like almost a small stadium.
Bro, yeah. So
you got nobody filming your performances?
my girl's coming. My girl's coming.
His
So
girl usually
'cause I'm
films
trying to
everything.
watch it.
yeah, my girl's coming. So I was gonna ask you, but my girl, she wants to be there, so we'll only get one ticket. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
but I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I need
we
a
already shot
videographer.
some fire.
Yeah,
so
you know, and we're gonna be working too.
Yeah,
we got some fire on the way.
We got some fire on the way, guys, for sure.
But yeah, I got a big show coming up. My project, the Hood Love Collection, is dropping.
Don't talk about that too much, because I'm about to go right into that right now.
I got a big show.
Yeah,
I just announced it today.
Yeah.
At the Garden Amphitheater in Garden Grove with Shy. They're big R&B legends. I used to listen to them when I was a kid. They actually got me into singing. Them and Kai. Kai is a big Filipino group that most Asians know their songs like through the all the ABGs know them, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a big full circle moment for me. I'm like, man. And then I looked at the venue. I'm like, bruh.
Bro, it's big.
Yeah.
It's fucking big. It's literally, like I said, it's a mini stadium.
Yeah.
It's fucking big. But that shit is going to be full of Filipinos
it's gonna be
sure,
cracking. It's gonna be cracking.
It's going to be dope. I definitely want to come through. So I think we might have to cost some tickets or something like that. So
the tickets are bread too, bro.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking expensive. I looked at him.
The minimum one or the
$45.
Yeah, and it goes up to like $150, dog. I was like, all right, what
yeah,
you gonna get? We're gonna get one.
We're about to be in the nosebleed section, bro.
We're about to sell out.
I'll shout y'all.
Let's go.
All the way to bed.
Facts. All right, so now I do want to get into Hood Love. So we got your mixtape Hood Love Collection Volume 1 dropping July 11th, guys. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yes,
I also had the pleasure of shooting the cover art for it. So big shout out to my guy Russ for
thank you,
trusting me with that and all that. But I want to get into the music. Like, what can people expect from this mixtape?
Oh man, so this project, a lot of people don't know is this is the revamped version that dropped originally 10 years ago. But 10 years ago I wasn't I used to be a rapper actually.
Oh, okay.
And I just started transitioning to singing. And so my voice wasn't it wasn't there yet 10 years ago, but my concepts and everything were there. It's just I feel like I was ahead of my time, and it was just too early. And I always had this brand, Hood Love. It's actually my I call it my genre. It's just like love songs, but it's Hood Love instead because it has a little bit of street in there. But this project, people are gonna expect, or what to expect with this project is definitely you'll get the whole vibe of who I am as an artist. You'll definitely get 90s influence of R&B. Everything is self-produced. I produce every single record. I recorded and mixed every single song. No features.
And guys, my boy got some fucking heat. Like, you gotta listen to him.
So I wanted definitely people to hear this as kind of like a first, kind of like when they first hear me, like, oh, okay, damn, this as a new artist, even though I've been out, I went through a lot these past couple years, and I used to be with a team. I cut out that team, and now I'm solo. You know what I'm saying? I'm solo, and I wanted to revamp who I am, my message, and my brand. And so this is the first project with that whole revamp, and it went back to my roots. So it definitely has I hold it close to my heart. You know what I mean? Because it represents who I am as an artist. Definitely you're gonna have like a hint of old school, but it has a modern twist. So
can we expect like what we heard on like Addicted in 2015 and Still Addicted in 2017?
So definitely R&B with those two songs. And it's crazy because I dropped those two songs also on July 11th. July 11th, 2015.
So it's like an anniversary.
What's with the date?
I just love
you like 7-Eleven.
I love Slurpee, bro.
I love
Slurpee Day. Oh, thank heaven, 7-Eleven.
Sponsor.
I don't know, bro. I think it just at the time, when I first dropped the project, it was 7. 11, 15. So the first numbers in the middle were 111. So I'm very into like spirituality and miracles and numerology. You know what I'm saying?
So are those your numbers?
My numbers are 3, 9. Anything that deals with 3.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Rachel, like it's crazy. Like one time she was telling me, "Love, like I'm seeing 333 everywhere."
Yeah,
and I'm like, damn, that's because literally it's crazy. Like she'll be pointing it out to me, look, 333. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is fuck. And supposedly that just means like some good shit is on the way.
Yeah,
maybe that was the baby.
Yeah, maybe, bro. Yeah,
shit. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Anytime you see numbers like that, repeating numbers, you got to pay attention to what you're saying, who you're with, what you're thinking. They're just little messages from the universe and God, like you're on the right path, or something good is happening, or maybe like watch what you're saying, like or maybe rethink that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, we definitely don't want no 666.
Yeah, and like
we definitely don't want that.
I don't feel like because I look, number 3 is my favorite number, and 6 is divisible by 3. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, maybe that's good. You know what I'm saying?
Not when it's triple digit like that.
I try not to think about that, but so it's crazy how. Because remember, I was supposed to drop this project in June.
Last month. That's why we shot the cover so early.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah.
But everything just kind of the way like time played out.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. And then when I finally got the cover art done, and it was time for me to upload it. Plus, I needed time for the fucking streaming services to have it ready in time. It was July 11th. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit! It's just crazy how everything. Fucking
universe came back. Yeah, full circle.
And,
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
7-Eleven, bro.
Yeah, 7-Eleven. Let's go. Hey, sponsor, guys.
Yeah,
sponsor.
So I want to dive a little bit deeper into your mixtape title, Hood Love. It's like, what exactly is Hood Love? And how is it different from your regular like 9-to-5 Joe Schmo love? Like, is it the way you be hitting it from the back, or like you're a little bit aggressive with it, or like what is hood love for the people who ain't from the hood?
Oh yeah, so hood love isn't necessarily. I mean, when I first created the concept, hood. It's first of all, it's not my concept. I think I have a version of it.
Okay.
It's when people hear hood love, it's an old school term. They think of it like. That ghetto people in the hood listen to R&B songs, making love, having sex, you know what I'm saying, fucking and shit.
That ride and die.
Yeah, you know what I mean, ride or die.
Gang type.
But in a relationship, that's not hood love. I think my concept of hood love is, what is it, polarity, or like different
two opposites.
So the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So and with love songs. People always think it's lovey-dovey and shit, but with R&B, it's not always positive. There's also negative.
Right.
And also, I'm a Pisces, so Pisces has it's duality. My bad, not polarity. Duality. So there's always like a yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? There's always a positive and a negative in every situation. So with Hood Love, even with the way I layered up my track listing, there's a story to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It starts off good, you know what I'm saying, and then it turns out bad, but at the end it flips, and so it's a continuous cycle of
it's a story. It's a story. You're telling a whole story,
and it's the ups and downs in relationships too. So
that's fire.
But it's unconditional.
It's unconditional. It's unconditional.
No matter what.
So hood love could be that you in the hood too making love. You know what I mean? But it's also the good and bad in relationships. And the learning and like the growing too. So
that's fire.
Yeah. So that's what hood love means.
Let's go.
That is fire. Right off the bat, bro. Like when I found you on IG, I became a fan.
Hey.
I told you that already.
Same.
The music is fucking fire. Definitely has a lot of summer bangers, but also has a lot of old school R&B type of feels to it. But flipped. You flipped it a little bit. Who did you look up to? Who did you look up to when you were getting into music?
Like I said, I actually, Filipinos, we love karaoke.
Facts. Facts.
So, I think I started singing first. Because we sang karaoke as a kid. But when I started recording, I was actually in a R&B group. I started off
remember
as
you told me
I
that.
started off as an R&B group freshman year.
Yeah.
We hella sucked. But the grind was there.
You didn't
though.
tell me though. Were they all Filipinos?
We had a Filipino. My boys were Filipino and Indian, and then my other boy was Cambodian. So
it was like an
Asian
It was
group. It was an Asian group.
Yeah.
And so we listened to Kai. We listened to Interlude. D&H. They're called Drop in Harmony. Fucking Shy. Back. Boys to Men. You know all the boy bands and shit.
Yeah.
And so we would sing a cappella, doo-wops and shit. You know
I
what
can
I'm
see
saying?
you like the Temptations, bro.
Yeah. So, but we sucked, bro. We sucked.
We all got those cringy days. Bro.
Yeah. So then that was freshman year. Sophomore year, started smoking weed.
Yeah.
And
There
then
you
we
go.
started rapping. And then we started getting to gang banging.
Yeah.
So then I started rapping. I started rapping.
right.
And that's where I get my style from. It's that's that hood love. It's R&B, but that also got street too. So it's kind of like I try to find that blend.
But that's how you
somewhere
grew
in the
up
middle.
too, on both sides.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
From both sides. And
Yep.
I was always like the good guy, but I was always, I grew up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like my family was poor. But I never liked, like, I never glorified that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I always saw it as like, why do you gotta be, you can be from the hood, but you don't gotta be like a dumbass or like fucking like throwing shit, littering and fucking, you know what I mean?
Super
Like
extra and shit.
Yeah, hella extra. Like there are good people in the hood, you know what I'm saying? But I was just never that type, and so I feel like it also shows in my music too. It has a hint, but just not enough, like where it's over the top.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for sure.
saying? So
Yeah.
You know,
that.
one thing I definitely stands out, like with you though, is like I hear a lot of Chris Brown type sounds and you know, other R&B type of stuff. Like, would you say he was also an influence when it comes to like the beats and?
you know what? I liked Chris Brown, but he wasn't actually one of my major influences. I would say definitely I listened to more old school. So Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat
is definitely one of my major influences. And I didn't like him growing
really?
up, but
Keith
now,
Sweat?
I liked him.
But now, bro, like you got samples on him all day.
I didn't like him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
because you were still a virgin.
And I was just a kid, and I was just young. But now that I'm older, I'm like, wow. And then on Spotify, I went through his whole like discography.
Discography. Yeah.
All his music.
All his
Cut it out.
Yeah.
I went through all his music.
Yeah.
And
Don't eat big words.
I went through all his music, and I'm like, wow, this guy is a fucking musical genius as a artist, as a writer and producer. So then, definitely Keith Sweat. Not one specific artist. I listened to a whole range of artists, and then I kind of like pick and grab what I liked.
Yeah.
And that
like all that's how you got some influences. It's
of
just,
everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
everywhere.
saying? That kind of influenced my style, and
Yeah, that's dope though.
Yeah, I love in most of your music, like you sample old school R&B, like you were mentioning from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It definitely reminds me of, you know, how Tory Lanez did his Chicks tape.
I like
you
Tory
know,
Lanez
that
too,
type
yeah.
of vibe, you know. When it comes to those samples, do you ever find it hard to like clear a song when it comes to like copyright issues and shit like that?
Yeah, you know, I used to always trip. I'm like, oh, am I gonna get sued?
Yeah.
But bro, it's fucking 2023. People do it all the time.
Nobody's gonna find that shit. Like,
And what I do now is I don't actually sample like from the actual recording. I remake everything.
Yeah.
That's the only way to go around copyright. It's
So,
like
exactly.
changing it just a tiny bit.
So you can't copyright a melody. You can only copyright like the actual recording.
Oh, okay.
So you can get sued if like you take a part of that recording and use it in your song.
Okay, I see.
And even with that, it's a fucking very small fucking percentage.
But when you
chance.
remake it or just use the melody on your own voice, then it doesn't count.
And plus, all the fucking people who are doing it right now, like they're not gonna catch
That
it.
was one thing because I used to dance, and one thing we used to always, you know, came across was copyright because when we use the actual song
On YouTube?
on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then it gets
Yeah.
taken down. So we spent all this time like making a choreo, shooting a big ass video, and then
it gets
upload-
fucking muted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it gets fucking muted.
So
So,
we
to
just-
bypass that, you gotta remake everything.
Right.
From scratch, and then it won't get.
Yeah.
We'll just use your songs.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I do. That's what I
He's
do.
got his shit copyright too.
Yeah. So now people can't copyright my shit.
Yeah, there you go. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
So yeah, speaking about your remixes, those some of the songs you've done is like crazy. Demon Hour, Deserve More, where you recreate like the original beat.
Yeah.
And the actual artists like Usher and SZA, you know. But you also like put your own like original like twist to it, which
Yeah.
is fire.
Thank you, man.
Were you originally like a producer before becoming an artist, or
Yeah,
like
actually, so when I was a teenager, I had to, like, my mom, she moved to Texas, so I was living with my sister at the time, and she was working, so she would pick me up on her break, and I'd be home alone when she drops me off, and when I was home alone, I would just make beats. And so what influenced me when I was younger was Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre
okay,
was
yeah.
one of my major influences as a producer.
Yeah, it's fire.
That's why when you hear a lot of my songs, you'll always hear that whistle.
Yeah.
You always, and you'll hear it in the Hood Love collection. Every song has a whistle. That's
Yeah.
like my signature sound
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
And it just made sense because like when I was in the Bay Area, I used to love LA music, especially like the Dog Pound,
Yeah.
Death Row.
Death Row,
And it's
yeah.
just crazy now that I'm living in LA. I'm like, wow, like my sound was made for
From-
being here,
yeah, here.
Yeah.
being here. Not just the Bay Area, but West Coast in
Yeah,
general.
West
right,
Coast,
right.
yeah.
And so definitely being like at home and just working on music like had a major influence on like my sound and everything
Yeah.
too. So
No, I love how you remix it and
Yeah.
you know you put your own original twist to it because it not only shows like your potential like as a feature, but also like your producing skills. You know,
Yeah.
I think somebody like William Singe, you know, he just produces and sings on top of it. Like
he's dope too.
Yeah,
He got a crazy
I think you should make a
voice.
video like that where you're like making the beat.
Yeah.
it shows the process and then you sing over it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that'd be
I have
fire.
one. I'm shooting content right now for my release on Tuesday. So
Oh,
I have
okay.
one video.
Hey, let's go.
But I'm gonna I have a whole content shot list.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of them is like kind of like pretend I'm like making the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm fucking
You just
recording.
recreate it.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
recreate it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people don't know that.
They
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
know,
People don't
no.
know that. But
Yeah.
we creators know that.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you're just pretending to press buttons.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
hop on
just
the mic.
magically
Yeah,
turn it
like,
on.
oh, like fucking recording
Facts.
it and it's done.
Right.
No, Demon
That's
Hours though is fucking fire. That's definitely one
Yeah,
of my
Demon
favorites.
Hours.
Oh, thank you, man.
Demon
Yeah.
Hours.
that
No,
was-
so what the start of this project was I was building my TikTok. And so I was doing a lot of challenges called If I Had a Verse. And so all these songs that I'm doing right now for the project are the ones that blew up, that went viral
On TikTok and
on
shit.
TikTok.
Yeah.
And so since I had a demand for it, each song people are like, "Where's the song? Where's the song?"
Exactly.
But I
You're
couldn't-
hyping people up though.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
you got to do.
but I did that a year ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this project has been in the making for a year.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Maybe since 2021 actually. 2020.
Bro,
so 2
quality
years.
over quantity.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for
you know,
real.
it's better that way.
Perfection
anyways.
takes time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes
Yeah.
time. And
So I
it-
started my TikTok in summer of 2021, and that's when me and Sarah decided we want to move to LA.
Okay, like, yeah.
And then from then I started doing the challenges. It went viral. Hell songs went viral.
Yeah.
And then when people were like, "Where's the song? Where's the song?" I was like, "Okay, let me focus now instead of social media.
Yeah.
Let's just build
Put
these
out the full
songs."
songs and shit, yeah,
And so
yeah.
it took time. I had to
Yeah.
remake the whole
Facts.
beat, write another fucking verse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a
each
process.
song took
Yeah.
like 10, 12 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's how it is, especially when you put that quality. That's what you
Yeah.
need. Quality over quantity 100%.
sure.
Like, because I know there's artists out here that just are trying to put out content without
Yeah.
thinking about the quality of it. So when us as listeners, we hear it back, we're like, damn, this doesn't really sound that great. This sounds like shit, like, but like I said, there's a lot of people out there that just focus on getting content because
Yeah.
they need content.
Fast content just
Fast
for
content,
the views.
yeah, just for
but they're not
views.
really thinking about they want some legendary shit.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want some shit you'll still listen to on repeat years later,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like want that fast, quick views, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I think, oh my bad.
No, go ahead, bro.
And I think on that note, I think also when I was recreating these songs, I wanted to have still have the original essence of the song.
Right,
and
right,
so I didn't, when I remade it, I didn't want to change it too much,
Right.
but just enough to where it sounded like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the hook, I wanted to keep the hook the same. Yeah, bro, we got
damn.
it. Yeah,
bro.
shit, bro.
I hate that shit. Oh my god.
I'm like, damn, I'm trying to talk. I got shotgun blast going.
Don't worry.
Anyways,
Yeah,
talk about hood love. But shit, what got me scared and shit.
I know, right? You hear that shit just popping out of.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, anyway, I'm trying
No, damn, I don't even
I don't remember either. We lost the
we
train
getting
back.
lit right now, guys.
Yeah.
We getting lit right now.
Hey,
All
cheers,
right,
man. Hey, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, next
cheers,
question,
cheers,
man.
cheers.
Next question.
Next question.
Let's go,
I forgot
let's
what I
go.
was talking about, man.
To a good podcast.
Yeah.
No, speaking about the samples,
That's
I think it
funny.
would be so dope to feature like the original artist.
Oh, that'd be so
like
dope.
how
Yeah,
like
that'd be
like
fucking
Summer
fire.
Walker did would come through with Usher.
Yeah.
That shit would be so sick with you. And I
Yeah.
think you really do have like the vocals and the ear to make them want to
Oh,
hop
man,
on the
thank you.
remix.
Facts.
You know. And speaking about legendary features, you know, one of your first songs ever you've released was a song called Right Now with
Oh,
I
yeah.
Am Sue.
Yeah.
Back in 2015. How was that experience with working with the Bay Area legend, and how did that come about straight out the jump?
Yeah, you know, crazy thing about this song, I have mixed feelings about this song, actually. It's one of my biggest songs. It is my biggest song. But there's also a lot of, I would say, like animosity behind
Really?
the record. Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
I was with a label. And so before the record came out, we had other songs that led to it.
Uh-huh.
And I was working with my homie Dela, who was the producer. He's a producer of like Raven Justice's Slide Through. I don't know if you guys know that song.
Yes, I do.
But anyways, I had a song with Cool John, which was he was also an HBK. So HBK was Cool John, I Am Sue,
I Am Sue,
Pilo.
yeah.
This was before Pilo was solo. They were in a group called HBK. I had
I remember
I had a
that,
record
yeah.
with Cool John, and then it was called She On Me. Then me and Dela, the producer, worked on Right Now without Sue. It was a solo song.
Yeah.
It was so dope. He surprised me one day with his verse. So I actually didn't meet him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually didn't meet him. He just surprised me.
He
with
just
his,
gave it to you.
Yeah, he just gave it to me. I'm
Did
like,
he hear the song before that, or
bruh, so that's why like I used to have a manager at the time, and I just went like I was just making so many songs during that time. This was 2014, 2015. I had just graduated college. I was just fucking in grind mode, and so I was just Right Now wasn't even a hit, bro. Like it was just one of my songs.
Yeah.
And then it was just with that specific producer.
Oh, I see.
And that producer had plugs with
Right.
with big artists. So we were just chilling in the studio one day, and he was like, "Hey, Russ, want to hear that final mix?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, let me hear the final mix." Fucking hear the final. I was like, "Oh shit, slaps!" And all of a sudden I hear Sue. I'm like, and this is when Sue was at his peak, bro.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah. So fucking. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
He just surprised you with
I
it.
was
Surprised
surprised,
you,
and
yeah.
I never met dude. I mean,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
until after the record. Until after the record, and fucking, we started going crazy with it. Like we started pushing it.
Yeah.
It fucking as soon as we did, because back then on Instagram you could only do a 15-second post, and in that look we knew it was a hit once we posted that first 15 seconds, and it went fucking crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck? Like my DMs started
Bro,
blowing
it's
up.
a banger though.
was,
Yeah,
It's a
yeah. At
banger.
the time, yeah, and like
It
even,
still is right
even
now.
still
'cause
now.
I still bump it
I
right
listened
now.
to it for the first time. I was like, "Oh shit, this is
Even
fire."
till now,
Yeah.
it has that 2014 sound.
It
bro.
does.
yeah,
It does.
That we call that R and bass. So that sound is called R and bass. It has like a bouncy.
You know what?
Yeah,
It
bouncy
reminded me
bear.
though. Like definitely one thing I felt inspiration was
Like Chris Brown.
Chris Brown
yeah.
and what was that?
Ty Dolla
fucking
Sign.
Yeah.
Fucking
Blast,
Paranoid.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
felt
Kid
felt-
Ink.
Kid
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Ink.
yeah, Kid Ink. It was
Yeah.
the Kid Ink and Chris Brown track.
Dun,
Forgot.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
show
sound.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
me,
yeah.
show me,
Show me,
yeah.
show me. Yeah,
So that
that's-
mustard sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly
That's
what
what
I
it
felt.
is, yeah, the
And then
mustard
T
sound.
Fly had 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And he's
yeah.
from out here, from LA.
Oh shit. Okay.
So and then who else was it? Fucking Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah,
Eric
yeah.
Bellinger. So that song came out during that time.
Yeah.
Right. Prime.
Yeah, Prime.
Prime,
Fucking
yeah.
crazy time in the clubs,
Yeah.
bro. Oh my god.
So how was it like meeting him afterwards? After the
So let me tell you about
Yeah.
the record. After it was blowing up, we hit it. It became fucking the Bay Pick of the Week on 106 came me out. So imagine
shit. That's dope.
Power 106.
Yeah.
It was the #1 song on Power 106.
Damn.
But
that's
in the
fucking
Bay.
dope.
In the Bay,
In the
yeah,
Bay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's still same sister channel,
Yeah.
a clear channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
We had it on fucking 105.7, which is like 92.3 out here.
Right.
Went crazy. Went to fucking Atlanta, bro. We went to
You
fucking,
guys
It was a
touring.
banger,
it
bro.
was
Yeah.
bruh, it was
You were
wild.
touring,
Yeah.
right? Oh,
Went to
shit.
fucking Boston, performed out there, bro,
Damn.
and fucking it was going crazy. after the record, this is like towards the end of the year, Sue is like, I want my verse taken off.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm like,
shit.
what the fuck?
Wait, did
bro?
he go on tour with you at that time?
Nah.
Okay.
So now he's trying to tell the producer, I don't want my verse on that song no more.
What?
We're like, what the
Damn,
fuck?
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
So I'm like, all right, man, I'm moving on. I'm just moving on.
yeah,
Like, I got
yeah.
other songs.
Yeah.
And
That shit already pushed out.
it already pushed out. And
yeah.
also, I wasn't getting paid off it, bro. I'm
Yeah.
still not getting paid off that song.
really?
Bro.
Why though?
It's managed. It
Producer
was
rights?
under my old record label.
Oh, wasn't
Oh, okay.
So at the time, I was just like, oh, I'll take the push, I'll take the promotion, and that's the reason why. And I left. I left
Yeah,
the record label, and that's why till this day I'm independent because
Yeah.
I got fucking fucked up off my money.
Yeah.
But it did what it had to do.
Yeah.
But I also see it as I can't be negative about it because am I gonna use it as a disadvantage or
Right,
as an advantage?
Yeah,
am I gonna be
yes.
crying about it like, oh, I'm not getting paid off it? But at the same time, you guys are still saying it's a banger.
It's still
Yeah,
dope,
still-
and I still
just
listen
like-
to it
yeah.
today.
Just like, but you got to think of it as big artists nowadays. Like, they're like, oh, they were one hit wonders or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But at the
right.
same time, you got to see it as it's still a banger. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right,
Even
right.
though they're not necessarily getting paid directly for
Yeah.
it, you're getting paid other ways.
Yeah,
And you can still
exactly.
monetize off
yeah.
the promotion or the
But that just
publicity.
shows how much you matured as
Yeah,
a person,
yeah.
as an artist. You know.
At the time when I left my label, I was bitter about it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I can understand, and I'm not mad anymore. Me and my
Yeah.
manager actually we squashed it. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Because
cool.
I was bitter for a minute.
Yeah, I bet.
And I left
Yeah.
my label. I was like, bro, you fucking up my money, blah blah.
Yeah.
But I can understand now.
Right.
Like, because I can see he put in a lot of money at the time. It was I didn't pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I just made the song and the producer and him, and that's why I feel no responsibility towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Sue was like, take me off. Like,
Yeah.
like, because he wasn't getting paid off
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything like that. So
Congrats on you for taking
Yeah,
that bigger
yeah,
route, bro.
yeah.
And being
Would
a
it-
bigger person.
Would you say that song is pretty much what launched your career, though?
you know, I would say publicly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely it helped. It helped a lot.
Because you
And
dropped the album like right after that.
I
right?
dropped that song on that album.
Oh,
Or
okay,
I
okay.
dropped that song on that album. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
is he still on the feature on the song now?
So when you look at the song, I didn't upload it. It's
Okay.
uploaded through the label.
I see, I
Yes.
see.
And the
Yeah.
label still has it under them. So
Okay.
I had asked them to take me off it because it's actually fucking up my my algorithm on Spotify.
Because it's going to them.
It's going to them, and
Yeah.
also it's locking me in with these artists who are stuck in 2014.
Yeah.
And a lot of them aren't really making music anymore. And so if you go to my Spotify page and you go to like similar artists, they're still big artists,
Right.
but they just have this sound that is very dated to me,
Yeah.
and they're all international. And so
okay.
the sound R&B is very popular in Germany, in Australia.
Okay.
But we're in the US. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly,
Like we're like
exactly.
10 years ahead of them, bro. So like it's cool. Like
Yeah.
those guys are dope.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I grew as an artist, and so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want my
facts.
listeners to see who I'm growing as and like who I sound similar to now. You know
that's
what I'm
dope, bro.
saying? So
Yeah. You know, I don't have this on my question list, but I just want to kind of get into like collaborations. Like, who would you see yourself working with next? Because you have worked with a lot of, you know, dope people. You got Twee and,
Yeah.
you know, her, and she's blowing up right
Oh,
now.
man,
And
she's going
I know
crazy.
you told me the story. You guys are
Yeah.
actually homies and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too. So
We went to high school
Yeah, you guys
together,
went to
yeah.
high school and stuff.
That's
but like,
crazy.
who now would you want to actually collaborate with or have a, you know, somebody on a song?
definitely, I love collabing with rappers because I sing. And I love having my
Right, right.
songs have an R&B with a rap twist.
Yeah.
It's a good contrast.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
definitely. Like I'm the singer. I would definitely want rappers as collabs. YG, I want YG as a collab.
That'd be dope.
Blast is dope.
Blast
I
would
feel
be
like me
dope.
and Blast would have like a dope chemistry.
I
Yeah,
think so too.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can see it.
Because when I heard him, I was like, damn. I was like, bro, these are kind of like my beats.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I can hear myself on these type of beats, and
Yeah.
he's rap singing too. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
And he got that West Coast vibe too. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, but he's singing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, me and Blast. Ty Dolla Sign's one of my bigger
Right.
influences
Yeah.
too. Tory Lanez, you know, Jeremiah. But I love female artists too.
Yeah.
I want to collab with fucking Ariana Grande.
Yeah, bro. That'd be big right there.
I see how you smile, bro.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, he cheesing right now.
Is it for the talent or for the look? Is it
For the talent, for the talent.
For the talent.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa. Oh man, I love Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
LMA. I want to collab with LMA.
Yeah, LMA would be fire.
Her.
Yeah, her.
I love female artists, bro. Like they're just
and like I said, bringing up Tweet, like that's you guys had 1 or 2 tracks.
We have a couple.
Together.
We have a lot of songs. We have a lot of songs.
Yeah, so that's dope. Like I'm sure you could just kind of reach out to her and be like, hey, I need you on this fucking track right now.
For sure.
See, and that's dope.
It's crazy how like it's a lot easier for like women to like blow up.
That's what I'm saying. No, but don't get me wrong. Tweet is very fucking so dope. One of the best.
No, she is dope.
But in general, I feel like it's easier for women to blow up than men.
Yeah, that's facts.
As singers, in the R&B game.
Well, you know, she's also blowing up on fucking TikTok with
I think that's how it started.
That one song, it's blowing up right now. I saw it was
Girls Like Me Don't Cry.
Yeah, Girls Like and you see hella people using it.
And they have TikTok remixes, sped up and shit.
Yeah, but she was working hard though, working very very hard. But me and my girl, we were there from the beginning too, bro. Like both of us, me and Tweet, her boyfriend, Crucial. That's my boy. DJ Cook, that's my boy, her DJ. My boy Tristan was my videographer. He's on tour with her right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he does all her camera work.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's crazy because he was part of my old team that I had left. So me and him are still cool. Everybody else, I cut them all out.
You gotta cut off that toxicity.
Facts,
for sure.
All right, I always gotta ask this whenever I bring like the Filipino fam here on the show because we've had quite a bit of Filipinos on here. Do you think as a Filipino artist, like it's been hard to break into the music industry?
Yeah, you know what? I never ever felt at a disadvantage for being Filipino. Ever.
And that's good.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Some people be like, oh, I'm the only Filipino here in a crowd full of like black people. I'm like, I see that as an advantage. Maybe because I don't want to sound cocky or nothing. I'm good.
It's alcohol.
It's facts though. I'm just I always see it as like, oh, it's my fucking, I'm about to fucking show out.
You stand out.
You
stand out.
And I'm just not that type to be like, oh, I'm about to shit on everyone. It's more of like, okay, like I have an advantage because I look different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just never saw it as a challenge. Ever.
That's
but being in the Bay, there's a lot of love for Filipinos.
Yeah, there's a lot of Filipinos out in the Bay though.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? In San Jose where I grew up, there's a lot of dope Filipinos who can sing better than me, but like the fucking quote says, bro, it ain't about the talent, it's the grind, bro.
You know what
I'm saying? Like hard work beats talent every time, bro. And that's true. That's true. You can be the fucking best fucking singer, but if you ain't got no grind, it ain't gonna work, dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I can say I have on other people who I think are better than me is the grind, bro. You ain't gonna out-grind me.
No, that's facts. I know maybe it's you don't see yourself as a disadvantage being Filipino, but what do you think like needs to be done so we can get our Filipino artist fam out here because more on the public eye? Because guys, us Filipinos are fucking talented. We're fucking talented. So like, what do you think needs to be done for other Filipino artists that feel disadvantaged?
Yeah, I think ego is a big thing. Filipino Americans, they have a fucking big ass ego, bro.
Right. Especially Filipino parents,
But I think also artists.
Yeah,
artists, they're always trying to be in competition with each other. And I felt it when I was young. I wanted to have a Grammy. I wanted to be like the best.
That's the goal for any artist, I would say.
But
Grammy.
now that I'm like independent and I've matured, I'm like, I don't even fucking want a Grammy anymore. Especially with all that on another conversation on some deep shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
all that fake shit
all that fake conspiracy shit, bro. I don't want to.
I get you.
But I don't even want to Grammy no more. I don't even want to fucking. I just want to be better than who I was before, and I'm proud to say that each project progresses in my artistry, and I'm able to show that. But we have for Filipinos, and I tried it myself with my homies back in the day, trying to put Filipinos on. It's ego, dog. Everyone's trying to be the big dog, and they don't want to fucking listen. Some people don't want to fucking listen, and also they don't think like someone knows better than the other, or like they're like, oh, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
If I ask like my homie back in the day, I'm like, oh, hey bro, you should at least post fucking once a week on social media.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't need to do that. I'm dope already.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Because in order
It's
to
ego.
be a master
ego.
at your craft, you got to remain a student. I mean, like somebody like Usher has to remain a student and be open to all these new artists coming up. Like, if he had an ego, he wouldn't hop on a track with Summer Walker, who's like remixing a song
His
from the OG
song.
days.
Facts.
You know,
He's gonna be like, what the fuck? Why would I hop on a song? That's
Exactly.
my
We need him on
shit.
Demon Hours, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, so
Yeah.
the legends know what it takes.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts,
to
facts,
be there.
facts.
Yeah, but
So-
definitely for Filipinos to get put on. I think now, like in the past 3 years since COVID, I've seen way more Filipinos as artists than I've ever seen before.
I think.
Especially from Australia, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, I've never seen so many Filipinos from Australia,
They're
and
coming
they're
from
dope.
everywhere though.
Yeah.
Like, literally everywhere.
The internet has changed the game, bro.
It does.
it has.
I feel like, you know, like during the COVID season,
right,
like
right.
everybody was literally taking up music, like
Yeah. Mhm.
everybody, because nobody else had
And they're
anything
dope,
on.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
what I'm
are.
saying.
I'm like, bro, I've been recording for fucking 20 years, dog.
right.
And I'm like, just now finding my voice. And then there's this fucking 18-year-old who just fucking picked up a mic on Amazon, and he's fucking amazing.
He's
dog.
making a living.
I'm like, bro, what do you?
Bro,
I don't
no,
get
no, I get what you're saying.
But you got the recipe, bro.
Yeah,
Especially
you
you know
got it
having
down.
having the features, doing the remixes. Like I've seen so many artists like that who I followed from the very beginning who did those remixes who are now like blowing up
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So,
and like I said, you got 20 years in the game, you know, so you know exactly what you're doing. And you know, some of these new cats that are coming out, like they're just learning. You know, you could definitely be somebody they could look up to.
Yeah, definitely.
And
they ain't gonna outgrind you.
Yeah, they're not gonna
for sure.
outgrind you, you know,
Yeah.
but you're definitely gonna be the teacher.
I
You're gonna
think-
be the Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's one thing I think I can say I'm proud to like help with. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Is like now that I'm older and I've experienced it of being in, I want to give back with the experience that I went through.
100%.
And so, because I wish when I was growing up, I wish I had an OG to look up to. And so now it's time for me to be the OG.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Facts.
And give back to my little brothers. Like, this is what you should do.
Yeah.
Maybe it might not work for you, but I did it and it worked for me. But maybe you should try it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
And
yeah.
just someone for them to be. Because I grew up fatherless too, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up with sisters, you know, so I never had a big brother to kind of guide me. And every man needs that kind of male guidance,
Yeah,
you
male
know what I'm
guidance,
saying?
yeah.
100%.
And so being an artist is so vulnerable, bro. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So like you're fucking shy, you're fucking scared to show who you are. But if you have someone that will help guide you and kind of like gas you up, like, hey, bro, you
for
got
real.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a big brother,
Yeah.
it makes you like more confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
no,
100%.
that's facts.
You know, I mean, that's almost like me, you know, like I had got into like videography around 2009, 2010, and you know, YouTube was just starting, and I was always looking at YouTube, trying to look for tutorials on how to be a better videographer, a better filmmaker, all this, and you know, I've even reached out to some people I had found on YouTube, and nobody wanted to help me.
Yeah.
So you know, I had to kind of learn on my own, and then at that point, that's also why I decided to go to film school, because nobody was really around
gotta
to
do it yourself.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
had to teach myself and stuff like that, and that's why after I also learned my craft, I started my YouTube channel, which I did a lot of tutorials, you know, teaching other people, and I genuinely just like helping people out.
Yeah.
Just
You
like
taught me.
I taught this guy,
Mr.
you know,
Miyagi.
I taught this guy, you know, photography, videography, and you know, stuff like that. And like I said, it's one of those things too, where he can eventually teach another person that's maybe just up and coming and wants
Yeah.
to learn stuff. And you know, that's how it should be. It should be full circle, help people
Definitely
out,
full
like
circle.
you know. And guys, don't keep secrets to yourself, because
Yeah,
there are
don't
peop-
gatekeep. Don't
yeah,
gatekeep.
yeah. There's a lot of greedy people out there that want to just like, they're like, oh, I know this technique is gonna like keep me blowing up, but they want to keep that technique on the DL, you know, and they just hold it on and
Facts.
don't want to help anybody. And like I said, even with me, like I just love helping people in general, and you know, hopefully other people out there are also genuine and want to help other people that are upcoming as well.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know,
Facts.
100%. So,
Yeah.
you know, me and you definitely talked about your past and some of the struggles you had gone through as an artist. Like, what helped you get through all of that, and now like to the point where you're fucking killing it, bro?
Fucking perseverance, dog. Faith, definitely faith. You just gotta be fucking obsessed, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have. Like this isn't just some fucking hobby. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a fucking artist today. Like it has to be built in you, dog. Like because there were so many ups and downs. I've been broke for so long, trying to chase this, like, you know, like. But normal people won't go through that if you're not obsessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be willing to fucking go through the lows, bro. Yeah. It's a sacrifice. 100%. You know what I mean? It's a fucking sacrifice. And what keeps me going is I just remember fucking why I started, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always think to the past of like those times where I was working in my room and why I was doing. One, it was fun. Yeah. And I just zone out. You know what I'm saying? And it's still to this day I zone out when I'm creating. Yeah. And I think just follow what makes you happy. Really, that's what keeps you going. Yeah. You know.
Facts. So. You know, if you had the chance to go back in time in the past, like, would you have done anything different?
Nah. Hell no. I always think about that too, because one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future. And I just wouldn't ever change like what I went through. Yeah. Because I love who I am now. Yeah. Through all the ups and downs, it made me who I am. Yeah. And you can't, if you change one thing. And did you guys watch that new Flash movie?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
See, if you change one thing, it fucks up the whole fucking shit.
It does.
Hey, like, I gotta give some round of applause for my boy. Hey, let's go. That's a good answer.
Perseverance.
Back to the Future, guys. Back to the Future. Just remember that movie.
Love the answer, though. Love it.
So I went back to like your old video,
oh,
you know, like 7, 8 years ago.
When I had hair, bro.
But you still look the same.
Hey, this dude bald as hell now.
I know, man. I got shiny hair, man.
I can't tell. But speaking about your old videos, you know, you did a song hella long ago called Double Up, you know, where you brought out a lot of like family out to the barbecue, cooking oysters, drinking Henny.
Yeah.
Like, it reminded me of how I used to kick it back with my Seattle homies. And, you know, from that video and listening to your lyrics, I can tell like how important family is to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but every like great story like comes with like a dark past. You know, you talked about being fatherless and getting through those struggles. You know, what has been some of the struggles like that you had to overcome to be who you are today?
Yeah, definitely. You know, just growing up in poverty, not having a dad, and fucking just wanting better for myself. You know, always. But at the same time, I'm learning now not to stay in that mindset, because it kind of keeps you like you don't have it.
Right.
So I can understand like when I think like that, it makes me want more, but also I'm learning now, like, when I want more, it means I don't have it. And so it just kind of keeps you in this fucking loop.
Right.
So definitely, like, I would love to, like, stay more positive about things. And that's the one thing I'm kind of struggling with too right now. It's just, you know, just staying positive and not being in lack. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's something that most people struggle with.
Right. But I think that's why you're so successful, because, you know, like you said a little bit before, you know, you remind yourself of what it was like to struggle. Yeah. So now, you know, I mean, we're all still like constantly on the grind.
Yeah.
And, you know, trying to, you know, elevate ourselves from the past. But like, I think something like how I perceive it as well, you know, you're never getting too comfortable, you know, and reminding yourself of like why you're here and what you had to go through to get here. And then, you know, that's how you persevere, and that's how you get to the next place in life. Because, you know, once you start getting comfortable, you know, it
gets boring. Life gets boring.
Yeah.
Your skills fucking like stay the same. They plateau.
Right.
Yeah, and just we're still young, man. So you know, like, we can't just stop learning.
We getting old though. We getting old.
You guys are getting old. I'm good.
Speaking for yourself, man. Speak for yourself.
Got a whole lot of grandpas.
Hey,
I'm the grandson.
You are. Hey, you know, we are coming to the end of the podcast, bro. And
damn, already?
Yeah, see, right. I know we could have gone on forever. We could have gone on forever, but no, definitely. Like I said, Artistry Drop is all about being inspirational to the next generation. So what advice would you give to somebody trying to blow up as like a rap singer or artist overall?
Definitely be original. Take different pieces from things that you like and make it your own. That's what I did, you know, and I think that's just like cooking, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be a good chef, you fucking take pieces and techniques from different chefs and cuisines, and you make your fucking own dish. You know what I'm saying? Or your own style.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is through fucking repetition, consistency. So yeah, be consistent. Remember, fucking create a fucking vision board. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget your fucking goals.
Right.
For new artists, like if you want to be a fucking artist, don't fucking chase it. You gotta be that fucking artist. You know what I'm saying? So do things that artists are fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking creating content. They're fucking working on their craft. They're listening to new music, taking ideas, getting inspired. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just stay on your toes. I read a lot, so I think as a writer, reading helps a lot. So I would suggest reading if you want to be a songwriter. Yeah, it's helped me a lot. Yeah. Definitely with my vocab.
So you're pretty much a nerd.
I don't fucking Dr. Seuss has helped me a lot.
Sam I am.
No, I definitely appreciate one thing you had mentioned was like creating content, because honestly, nobody has really mentioned about that. Nobody has mentioned as an artist you need to create content.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in this day and age, you have to.
Yeah,
like literally, like everybody that comes on the show will talk inspirational and stuff, but that's one thing I think a lot of people forget to mention is you need to create content as an artist for you to be able to grow, because social media,
that's how it is now.
Yeah, social media is the platform for you to actually blow up now. And I definitely appreciate you saying that to our viewers, because that will definitely help the next generation of people knowing what they actually need to do in this day and age to
it's more than just making music.
It's more than just making music. And that's why it's a true grind. You're making music, you're writing.
Yeah, you're not just an artist anymore. You're a fucking
like brand
marketing. You're fucking everything.
And you learn a lot of shit doing this as an independent. Like as an independent person, you learn so much. And as far as like marketing, branding yourself, and just overall being an artist. Bro, that's like so much, and that's what I think makes you a fucking genius.
Right.
At the end of it, it's like you learn so much as an artist, as a brand, and as a marketing like manager or whatever, and it's dope. I can definitely appreciate anybody out there that's doing the grind right now. Are there any shout outs you want to give to our viewers?
Man, shout out artistry drop. Shout out,
let's go.
Hey, shout out artistry drop, man. Shout out to homie Corey, John, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
Yes,
the Hood Love collection drops July 11th.
Let's go.
Shout out all you listeners and followers, man. Thank you guys so much for the support for all three of us. Shout out the Bay, shout out LA, shout out Seattle, shout out the West Coast. Let's go, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Everybody, man. Let's go.
Fucking go. We're on social media. Can viewers find you?
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Russ Coson Official. My website, russcoson.com. Yeah, that's it.
And of course, guys, we are going to link all his information in the description below. And bro, like I said, appreciate you coming on. We got some heat coming. We got some heat, guys. So be on the lookout for that shit. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.